or just kind of talk about everything?
Maybe just talk about it and guide them to the homepage. You know, I think it's pretty self-explanatory. I mean, it's really easy to navigate right now. Super easy.
Yeah.
So, isn't Jenny doing a good?
Yeah, that was a really impressive meeting.
Okay.
That's exactly.
Wait, hold on. I think we're live. I think we're live.
Yeah, it says 29.
Are we?
Seconds.
It's not working for me. Well, okay. I guess we're live then. It doesn't look live, but that's okay. But that's okay. All right. It looks like 5 people.
Okay, awesome.
Okay, I just commented, so now it looks like, okay, now it's starting to comment.
Oh, there we go. Yeah, sometimes it takes it a second.
Yeah. Okay.
Hey.
Hi.
Nell, Ashley, and Becky, how you guys doing?
Hi, girls. Ashley. Roxanne.
Hi, Roxanne.
Look at this bouquet I have over here of Holly's Hope.
Oh my gosh.
Isn't she gorgeous?
Beautiful. It is gorgeous. Oh my gosh.
So pretty. Oh. She's one of our newer princess roses. And look at the size of her heads, Holly, of Holly Hope.
That's crazy. They're
right?
enormous. I don't think I've had that one delivered to me yet. Is that one fragrant?
It's mildly fragrant. Mildly. It's just very She's all about her looks, this one. She's not the longest base life either because she's so fluttery. You can tell how fluttery and open she is, but she's still, obviously she passed the test with Alexandra to make it into cut flower production, but she's just, look at her color variation, Heidi. Like,
yeah, I know. That's all the same rose. Like, I love it.
She looks garden grown. That's what I love about her. It's like she really looks like she's a garden grown rose, not a hothouse rose. So.
Yeah. Yeah.
And we have some bare roots of this that are going to be potted up as estate roses for next spring.
Yeah.
So, right? We do. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yep. We have Holly's Hope. Yep.
Yeah. We have Holly's Hope for some of you, for very few of you, but for some of you.
There's not very many of that one.
But there will be more. It just takes time. As we always talk about, everything is time. All right. So we're here today to talk about Black Friday. And as you all know, we launched our holiday sale about a week ago with some incredible offers. And Heidi will go over those one more time, the basis of our like core holiday sale. And then we'll also talk about what we launched today for Black Friday. And we still have more surprises coming. Heidi is still dropping new surprises, more roses. So a little bit at a time. We don't want to overwhelm you because we do have like over 600 varieties of bushes. So we're trying to stage them in ways that make sense to you, make sense to us, so you can plan. And so we have, hi, Cynthia. Hi, Trisha. We have a really great offer today that Heidi worked so hard on getting for us. And it's only through her like amazing relationships in the industry that she was able to build this offer out and have it for you guys. So I'll let her talk about that and guide you through where to find it. And then, or do you want to just go over the basis of our holiday sale first, Heidi? What makes more sense?
Yeah, let's do that. Let's go over the holiday sale, which we launched a few weeks ago. And then we'll kind of maybe end on the Black Friday stuff. So, we have a lot of amazing holiday sales going on. So I thought I'd talk a little bit about the potted roses. I just did a huge drop in the store. Like, it was a really big one. It took a long time to build all those products out and find some of those roses, especially like some of the really rare ones like Renee and and others. But, those are in your member portals today, and then they'll be on the regular website tomorrow for Thanksgiving for everybody. So there's some really beautiful drops in there. So it's really our kind of final potted drop of the year. So we're going to have lots of other bare root roses that we're going to do drops in the future. But even these new drops are included in our estate sale. So all of our potted roses are 40 to 50% off. It's kind of our end of the year clearance sale. And there's a few that are like already pre-marked down, like especially some of those high demand florist roses like Menta and Stephen Rouleau. And so with the 40% coupon, it actually makes them 50%. So everything potted is 40% off. And there are a few that you'll see in there, like some of the florist roses varieties that you can get a really great deal on. This includes some of our 1 gallons. I restocked a few of the 1 gallons yesterday. We went and did some inventory counting, and we found a few more. And holy cow, you guys sold us out on a lot of those. There are ones that were people were waiting a long time for. Don't worry, we're going to have more of those 1 gallons in production. In fact, I just got pictures today. They look incredible for spring. So we'll have more of those 1 gallons for you. So don't worry if you missed out on this. So,
can I make
yep,
a
Gracie.
Okay. So Heidi will talk about the delivery options that we have for all these potted roses, but I want to make a note that these estate roses that are 40% off are the same ones that we started selling in June. So now they've been at the nursery even like way longer. And so they are really big. So you're getting like a plant, like if you ordered Loves Me Not in June, you're getting the plant and you paid X for the plant. Now you're getting 40% off of it. And you're getting a whole other like 6, 7, 8 months of growth on the plant. And if you get it delivered in March or April or May of next year, it's literally a whole year older and bigger and woodier and more established and a deeper root system. So you're really getting, and Jenny made fun of me for this because I wrote this in some of the copy, but I wrote that they were like 4-year-old, massively huge roses. Because by the time you get them, like in the spring, most of these are between like 3.5, 4 years old. So they are big plants. They're already big plants, but they're really big plants. Because we noticed that most of you have been scheduling spring arrival for them. You can get them now. We will ship them now. But most of you, I would say like what, 90% of you, Heidi? About?
Yeah. Yep.
The bulk of you are scheduling for spring arrival. So the plants that you will get, they're already growing. They're already, they're accounted for. They are huge. So they're going to be even huger. So that's all I had to say is you're getting a lot of plant for the money. And especially at these prices, it's like, it's a lot of plant. Like,
it's yep.
Huge amount of plant. So, okay,
yeah,
that's
it's not a pre-sale on like stuff that's in production. That's the beautiful thing is we're avoiding any of that. So this is all stuff that is already beautiful, saleable today, and will overwinter it for you for free. Some of them are very low quantities. Some of them have already been sold out because it's really kind of the last of our crops. So we still have a really nice selection, and we dropped in the last not handful, it's kind of like a bucket full we dropped in the other day as kind of our final little surprise. So so you can, when you go to check out, you'll be able to see if you don't select a date, it'll ship in 1 to 3 business days. And if you do, there's 7 different weeks that you can choose from to choose when you'd like to receive it in the spring. And that's just the week it will ship. It's not the actual delivery date. We don't nobody delivers on Sundays except for Amazon during the holiday season. So it's just, it will deliver sometime that week. So just keep that in mind. But yeah, so that's a big part of our holiday sale is all of our potted roses on the website are on sale. Let's jump over to cuts for a minute. So we have some really incredible cut deals. So my favorite one, and this, we've been working on coming up with this Always in Bloom garden rose subscription pricing for a while. And it really is the most economical way to enjoy these high-end luxury roses and get to enjoy all different colors. So The Always in Bloom Garden Rose subscription starts at $59 for 15 stems. And you can choose weekly, bi-weekly, or monthly. You just have to subscribe to, it's a 3 shipment minimum. And then you can cancel anytime after that. And it's not like a bait price where you get that price one time and then it goes up later. Like as long as you hold your subscription, you will be able to keep that pricing forever. So as long as you don't delete your subscription. So it really is an incredible way to experience luxury garden roses for a really great deal. And I know I said this on the previous live, but it's an incredible gift to give someone. For a mother, mother-in-law, grandma, a loved one, really anybody, but people that are hard to buy for. I like my mom's hard to buy for because she doesn't want stuff. She's done with stuff. She wants things that like bring her joy, and the rose bouquets that I've given her so far brought her joy. So I just think it's a credible gift, an item. So the other one that we just launched is Jenny's O'Hara Rose Bundle. So Gracie, do you want to talk a little bit more about that one? You're more familiar with this.
Yeah. So actually, it was over a year ago. I had Jenny pick out her 2 favorite roses to make a bouquet named after Jenny. Jenny, our marketing and photography for our company and in our group. And so she chose Pink O'Hara and White O'Hara because they are so fragrant. They're amazing cut flowers, and they just have incredible vase life, as we all know. So, and Jenny is actually like a florist too. So she has a lot of experience with knowing which varieties work best for floristry and all of that. So she chose Pink and White O'Hara, and we were able to get a great price for us and for you on those. And they're 50% off for the bundle. So you can get a bundle of 30, a bundle of 45, or a bundle of 60, and they're 50% off through Cyber Monday, through December 1st. I think that's the cutoff date. So they're, our most fragrant roses, and they're some of my favorites. Like every week I get roses in my house. I always have Pink and White O'Hara. Those are like the 2 varieties that I never go without because I just love them. They're bulletproof roses. They're wonderful. So
yeah,
we have a 50% off deal for that, and you can schedule it out a little bit later in December, but the sale ends on the 1st. Yeah. And that's on, and you'll find that if you go to shop all bouquets, you'll see that offer is on the main bouquet page. We also have Juliet and Constance that we're going to be sending out an email to everyone about, and you can pick a free bouquet if you buy Juliet or Constance. And you can buy both Juliet and Constance and get an extra free bouquet. I think there's 6 choices for free bouquets. So that's a 50% off basically too. It's a BOGO. So lots of fun. We chose our most popular roses, which are Pink O'Hara, White O'Hara, Juliet, and Constance, to do the promotion with. So, and then there's some fun varieties that you can choose for the freebie for Juliet and Constance. So yeah. Awesome. And that's on our main bouquet page. If you go to shop rose bouquets, those offers are at the very top. So yeah.
Let's go over into bare root roses. So I'll just talk about the holiday sale first, and then we have the thing that we launched this morning, which is the Black Friday bare root promotion. So, our holiday sale is a really incredible sale. We've marked down our bare root roses. Plus, if you do 6 or more, and you can mix and match them, and that includes, you can do 2 trees and 3 bushes, all different varieties, you'll get an extra 15% off the already marked down prices. And so our bare root bush and tree boxes both fit 6. And then we also have an 18 count bare root box. And so 6 is beautiful. It's a beautiful number to get to because number one, you get an extra 15% off. Plus you're still only paying shipping for 1 box. So that's like the most economical way to do it. And of course, 18 is even more because the shipping isn't a whole lot more than a 6. It's not triple like you would think it would be. So 18 is a really great one too. So that holiday sale is going to go through the end of the year on the bare roots. And so now's a good time. We were already selling out of some of the varieties and we can't get any more of them. So now's a good time. Your best selection is going to be now for sure. And the best deals. But we have a little surprise for Black Friday, and that's kind of really why we're here, and to talk a little bit about this Black Friday deal. And these bare root prices that we're going to show you are only available through Cyber Monday. We were able to get a really good deal from some of our growers on a very specific product form, and that's 1.5 grade of very specific varieties. So this isn't for everything. If you go to the Black Friday page and you click on the collection of all of the different Black Friday bare root rose sale, you'll see that we've marked them down even more. They the 1.5s, the 1.5 grades were $29. Now they're just $23.51. But there's even an additional discount if you hit 6 or more. And this is once again a mix and match. So you can buy roses that aren't part of the Black Friday sale and roses in the Black Friday sale to get to that 6, that magic number. And it makes these roses only $19.99. And that's this very specific list. So I thought I'd kind of scroll through those with you. And these are some of the most highly coveted. These are what I could consider like easy performers, easy roses, fragrant, high petal count. These are really like the stars. And so we have Parfuma Earth Angel, Sweet Mademoiselle, Princess Charlene de Monaco, Gown, which has been in really short supply this last year. And it's the fact that we have this many bare root at this price is like pretty incredible. So I would snag up those ball gowns.
One that we were really short on bare root last year, really short.
Yeah.
So I'm glad that we got a lot this year because it's, I think, my favorite of all of those. I love that rose.
Yeah, it's an incredible rose. If you don't have a ball gown yet, it's the fragrance. Like I remember the first time I smelled it, I immediately, it reminded me of like fresh linen. Like it's very clean smelling. And like some roses have a really overpowering fragrance. And it's like, wow, that's like, wow. But this one is very pleasant but it's strong. So, and obviously it was called ball gown because it's really ruffly and it's full and it has all those beautiful petals and it has that Mayon genetics in it. So very disease resistant,
I
very
also
long lasting.
The ball gown too, Heidi, because the plant is very much like a upside down triangle, right? Like it goes out. Like this is a big plant, girls. Ball gown is a big plant. This is not for a pot unless you're gonna do like a really big, like 3 foot wide, half wine barrel or something. This is a big rose, big hybrid tea, but she grows outward, but she doesn't throw long, crazy canes. She always has like a nice big cluster, but she looks like an inverted ball gown, upside down. Like a dress. Like her dress is, upside down. So she's an incredible rose. She's very, very, very deeply cupped, like intensely deeply cupped. And especially in the spring, so much so that sometimes, like, just to help her along, because she has so many petals, like you can just like pull her apart a little bit to get her to, like, if you bring her in too early, if you cut her a little bit too early before like the sun has completely separated her petals, you can help her along and she won't shatter. She's incredible. So she's like one of those ones that has those florist genetics because she has the long base life and the beautiful long straight stems, near thornless. I would say like less than 50% thorns. Like she's pretty low in the thorn department, but she also has incredible fragrance, incredible disease resistance. And she's just a really nice garden rose. Like she's a nice looking plant. So I could talk all day about ball gown. I love it.
It's a great rose.
Yeah. She's wonderful.
She's also own root, which is fabulous. So it makes her very winter hardy. So you don't have to worry about the bud union or any of that. So all of you zone 5 people, she's hardy down to zone 5. So just an incredible genetic breakthrough really is some of these own root, high performance cut type roses. So So that's ball gown. Of course, we have Loves Me Not, which is one of my favorite, which is one of the highest petal count roses in the world. So smells like pineapple to me. Everyone's a little bit different, but this one is really opposite of ball gown. It's very short. It's very compact. It's a hybrid tea that you can put in a pot. It's a hybrid tea that you can put underneath your window. It's a very tidy rose with really, really strong necks. So not only does it have that huge, fluffy, beautiful flower, but it won't nod. So it's good. It's very upright and just a really impressive rose. Very disease resistant, own root, of course. Raspberry cupcake, which you guys know we all love, especially when Gracie was doing all those beautiful design work with raspberry cupcake. Top cream. Now, interestingly enough, we have top cream in a tree form for the first time in bare root in here. This is a new bare root drop that I put into the store. This is the first time that top cream has been offered as a tree rose. It was introduced in 23, I think. This is a 2-year-old tree plant. So this is the first time it's really been in any sort of numbers in production. So if you were looking for a tree rose that's like low maintenance, right? Top cream is a low maintenance rose, fragrant. It's a really beautiful tree rose. So kind of excited to introduce that to you because that's new. So there's top cream as a tree in there, and that's part of our deal. So our trees, just this small selection in this bare root one, if you get 6 or more, mix and match across everything, you can get tree roses for $69 this weekend. And that's an incredible price. Just think you're paying $2.99 normally, even with 40% off plus shipping. So you can get 6 of those trees into a box. They are a little more expensive to ship because they're huge. They're enormous. They're big boxes. These are 2-year-old trees. They've been in the field for 2 years. But the production cycle is actually 3 years because you have to harvest budwood, you have to root the stem, then you have to bud it, then they sit in the field for 2 years. So it's a very long process to create a rose tree. So it's the reason why they're so expensive. This is the cheapest you'll ever find a rose tree of a 2-year-old quality. So these calipers, which a caliper is like what the width of the thickness of the stem, 6 inches above the ground, is most of these are 1 to 2 inches, depending upon the variety. They're big, they're beefy, and they're 36 inches long. So this is really, usually only see these tree roses in retail in the West Coast, but we're trying to make them as accessible as possible for everyone, like all over the country. It's really rare to see these, except for maybe in an independent garden center, maybe during Mother's Day, and then they're kind of done. So you can fit 6 of those trees in a tree box.
I wanted to touch on that really quickly. I saw a couple of you ask about the shipping, and you've called customer service and you found out that the shipping is really high for where you live. So we have moved the shipping to actual with UPS. There's a whole bunch of reasons we did this, but so if you got a $90 quote for shipping of your tree roses, which is what I'm seeing in the group and what I'm seeing in this live, is people are saying, oh my gosh, it's $70 to $90. It's because that's the actual fee from UPS, from California to like Vermont or to Florida, all the way across the country. Of course, it's less going to Texas or less going to Colorado or Utah or Washington, but it is by distance. And that's because these are oversized boxes. We have to use 6-foot tall boxes because, as Heidi said, the trunk alone is 36 inches. And then you've got another foot or more of root, foot to 18 inches of root. And then you've got a foot of top growth. So they are oversized boxes. So what I can recommend to you, I know the shipping is hard to swallow for some of you all the way across the country. Fill the box, put 6 in there, because then it's going to be one price for shipping, whether you have 1 tree rose in there or 6. So I would encourage you to try to fill the box. If you really want tree roses and the shipping is where you're getting a little hung up, just know that it's UPS's actual price that we have computed to your location. And it's because it's an oversized box, really, really big. And there's extra surcharges for UPS to handle those boxes. So sorry, Heidi, that's correct, right?
Yeah. Yep. So, we actually just got a really big discount from them as well. And so we literally are just charging what it costs us. And so that's why we're trying to keep the products as affordable as you can so you can get as much as you can. Um, so just want to keep that in mind. To the East Coast, for most people, it's going to be between 60 and 70, like for far, far, far away, unless you're super rural. Sometimes it gets a little bit more. Middle of the country, it's 40 to 60. Like Intermountain, for me, it's about 40 to 50. And then California, it's like in the $20 to $30 range for those big, big boxes. So just keep that in mind. And that's why we're giving such great deals so you can fill a box. It's actually more affordable for you in the long run than if we were to have to charge more for the bare root trees. So we're trying to lower our prices so that you can get more for your money. So there's a lot of other trees in there that are kind of fun. So there's stiletto. We have boleros. We have Princess Charlene de Monaco trees. I know a lot of you were waiting for those. We had hardly any potted, and as soon as I would put any on, they were snagged up. So this is a great time to get Princess Charlene de Monaco trees. We have stiletto. We have Delish as a tree. We have Orchid Romance. I want to talk a little bit about Orchid Romance. I've talked about this one in the past. This is a Will Radler rose, and it is incredibly fragrant, incredibly frilly, and incredibly floriferous. So, and it's very, very disease resistant. So, Orchid Romance is a beautiful one for like more colder regions. If you have a lot of black spot issues, like it's not a very well-known rose, but it should be. So it's a very cool toned pink, and it has a lot of orchid and like kind of lavender in its background.
Yeah.
So it has such a unique color. You really have to see it for yourself. Pictures don't really do that one justice. So
I agree with you. And I also wanted to note that I think stiletto makes a beautiful tree. So stiletto by nature is a very upright rose. The roses sit at the top of the stems. There's no draping. There's no soft stems. Like stiletto is a very just like, it has florist genetics. Again, we'll go back to florist genetics, right? Like black baccarat. It's a Mayond. It's got those florist genetics. So it's got the very like thick upright stems. And on a tree, I would show you, but mine are all like, we started pruning this week. Mine are all, but it just makes this beautiful, very upright, like almost think like Alice in Wonderland, right? Where like the roses sit at the top of the trees, like the red and the white roses. Do you know what I'm talking about? So it just like feels very, stiletto feels very formal in the garden on a tree form. It just has this beautiful shape and it's just very stately. And I just love stiletto as a tree. I think it's absolutely gorgeous as a tree. So I like the general bones of that rose to begin with, because it's so has good structure, and on a tree it just looks amazing. So
yeah,
that's all. That's just my piece.
yeah, agreed. There's another one I want to talk about that's brand new. It's a brand new bare root rose for us in the store. And because I've been trying to get this one for a while, and that's Arbor Rose Tangerine Skies. This rose is really hard to procure because it's very, very difficult to propagate. If any of our growers had any say, they would probably cut this out. So very few actually get produced every year. It's why it's hard to find. It doesn't mean it doesn't grow well. If it didn't grow well, it wouldn't be such a high demand rose. But if you've never seen Tangerine Skies in person, it's another one of those roses you have to see. It's like this incredible orangey gold. If you love oranges and warm colors and you want fragrance on a climber, Tangerine Skies is for you. So we have that available only as a 1.5. We're only able to get a tiny little bit of it. So that's it for the whole year, what's in there. And we have it at $19.99. It's a part of our Black Friday sale. So Arbor roses are perfect for putting on trellises and obelisks. They have more flexible canes. They were bred to be able to be weaved and trained when they're young, and also to create a lot of those basal breaks. So you get lots of flowers. So they're kind of known as being able to be one of those climbing roses that bloom well from base to tip. So anyway, so we have several arbor roses in there, and Tangerine Skies is a new one that we dropped in.
It's so
Just
pretty. So pretty. It's
yeah.
very, very lively, very bright and
Mhm.
cheerful. And we had us in a state rose several months ago, and I was like, wow, I need that rose. It's definitely a
Yeah.
Heidi rose. It's a Heidi color rose. It's
It definitely is.
very deeply saturated tangerine. Like it is,
Uh-huh.
and it keeps its color really well too.
It does.
It does keep its color. It doesn't fade out. So,
Yeah.
just I don't have experience growing it, but when I saw it here as the estate rose, I was like, ooh, that's nice. And
Yeah.
it has a lot of branching. I noticed that too. Lots and lots and lots of branching on that one. So,
Yep. Absolutely. Yeah, it's definitely my color. Those warm colors. I love those.
yes, it's Tangerine Skies, Anna.
Yep,
Tangerine
Tangerine Skies. Yep,
Primer.
you'll see it. It's kind of at the bottom of the collection. It's maybe we should put it at the top, but just scroll down and you'll see the Arbor Rose Tangerine Skies there right at the bottom of the collection. We have some other Arbor Roses in there too.
Oh,
So
and Jenny pointed out one thing I wanted to mention. The climbers and the bushes are the same price. So you're getting climbers for bush price with this deal,
yep.
which is like, you know, a lot of plant. You get a lot of plant. So.
Yeah, you do. Yep. And they're all on route too. Everything, all of the bush and the climbers in this sale are own route, which is nice. So we have another climber, Polka. That's such a classic. Polka's been around a long time, but it's stuck around for a good reason. It's because it's so beautiful. It's so fragrant, very floriferous, huge flowers.
Flowers, girls, the flowers on Polka. Oh my goodness. But I will tell you something about Polka. You have to have space for that rose. It is a house eater. So
the humongo one.
It is a big plant. So if you put it don't put it only 1 foot away from a wall. Like you really need to figure out where to put a rose like Polka. It is a big plant. It's a fast growing rose. And the blooms on it, if you have my book, we have a beautiful picture of Polka in it. I think it actually might be the same photo on our website. My dad took it. It is so ruffled. Like Polka is just all ruffles. Every little edge of every petal is ruffled. It is so beautiful. It's like, and the flowers are no joke. They could be 7 inches. Like in the spring for sure, that first flush, they are huge, but you need space for this rose. So not a small little 5-foot obelisk that you're going to get on Amazon. Like you would need to have like a strong, wooden, like a pergola or something, or like a gazebo that's like, you need something that has concrete probably beneath it to hold up a rose of this size, because it is a quote house eater for a climber. And that can be a great thing, because if you have a really unsightly area that you want to cover, like a neighbor's or like your trash area in your back on your side or whatever, right? Polka is a really good choice for like covering pretty quickly unsightly areas. But she can also just be beautiful center point, like on a pergola or an arch. Or so I could talk again all day about Polka. I love that rose. So beautiful. And the sprays you get on it, oh my gosh, like one spray, she grows long canes, and like one spray will have 5 or 6 huge flowers. She's incredible.
Yep.
So
she's a wonderful rose for coverage and just in bouquets. And it's funny, she's been around a long time, and it's really the rose people who've kept it around, because once you know what Polka can do, like you just want more of that rose. So it's and it's funny because it often doesn't sell at retail, because the climbers are a hard sell at retail for a reason. And because they tend to get long and spindly in a container. You know how hard it is when rose canes cross and they get stuck to each other with all those thorns.
Yeah.
Climbers in retail are really tough sells. And so that's why you don't see them as much in the market. It's like a physical reason. Like it's just a mechanical issue when it comes to roses. That's why we really love our grower, who finishes them very upright and ties them and lets them do what they need to do and trains them. so that they can perform. Whereas most growers who grow for like big box stores or IGCs, they just want a little 2-gallon plant that they put in and it's out, and then they just get entwined and broken, and then people have to discount them. And so that's why climbers are tough in like a brick and mortar store, and you don't see them in general very much.
In fact, they need like trellising behind them to not blow over from the wind. So like that's another reason, like they require like a whole specific area in the nursery, in the growing area, that has stakes and, you know, trellising and wire, and they have to be tied up in multiple places to the wires with green landscape tape so they stay vertical. They're a whole thing. They're a whole thing. And imagine like being in a nursery situation where you're dragging a hose up and down the rows to like water climbers. Like they take more time to nurture in a nursery situation. But we're really glad we're able to offer you the bare roots for the same price as the bushes. So it's a great thing that we're not typically able to do, like, because there is more added extra cost to finishing climbers than there are bushes. So.
Yeah, and they're bigger too, right? A lot of our climbers have to go in a bigger box. You'll see on the potted side, which by the way, they're also 40% off. We have 60-inch climbers and 30-inch climbers that are potted. And that's because some of them are just super aggressive and they're tall. That's why they cost more than the 30-inch, and they have to go in that bigger box. So just keep an eye out for that when you're looking at potted. So if you're not a bare root person and you want some beautiful climbers, we can overwinter them for you, these big, beautiful things, and ship them to you in the spring. You do 40% off. So we have some climbers still available. So, yeah, so let me see if there's any other ones, but you'll be able to see, I think that kind of sums up our Bare Root Black Friday sale. We're only offering this. Our growers giving us like a special deal for a certain amount of time, and then it's gone. So this pricing for these are only in there until the end of the day on Monday, and then they'll go back to their list price. So that discounted list price. So if you want $19.99 Bare Roots, this is the cheapest way to buy roses today, this weekend. It's the most economical way for sure.
Nicole wants to know if I like the fragrance of Stiletto or Loves Me Not more. So Stiletto is not a fragrant rose, in my opinion. Yeah. She has more of the florist genetics, where she has really long base life. She does not fade in the sun. In fact, she actually gets like even prettier in the sun. It's weird. And she's impeccably like long stems, straight stems, but she has more of that florist rose genetic where she doesn't have fragrance because she has really good base life. Loves Me Not also has great base life, but Loves Me Not is a 10 out of 10 on the fragrance scale. So they're very different roses. They're both kind of raspberry berry colored, but they're very different and very different form. Loves Me Not is like an old fashioned, more like this girl here that I have, Holly's Hope, right? Quartered, old fashioned. And then Stiletto is a high centered hybrid tea. However, don't let her fool you. When she opens very ruffled, and she has a beautiful like clamshell opening in the center where her inside petals curl in and make like a dome. And as they open, it's like very clamshell. So she's not your average ugly explorer florist red rose, right? She definitely has that beautiful opening, but she's not like a cupped style like Loves Me Not, and she's not fragrant like Loves Me Not. So. Yeah. 2 questions, Heidi. Yes, Anna, $19.99. So 2 questions. Heidi, can you recommend to Creamy Tende, what are the best roses to grow in 9A or 9B, so she can grow anything she wants there, that are going to repeat? And I have some suggestions. You have some. I would like you go first.
Yeah, I guess where 9A, 9B, is it humid or dry? Because that'll differentiate in a big way. So if you're in a humid climate and 9A, 9B, I would definitely stick with a lot of the Cortez genetics. So the beautiful thing is 9A, 9B, that's like perfect rose growing zone. You're in the sweet spot in zone 9. If you're in a humid climate, I would do like Perfume of Bliss. I would do Loves Me Not. I would do Top Cream. I would do Sweet Mademoiselle. Those all can handle humidity and have better disease resistance if you're looking for that high petal count, fragrant, romantic look. Those are definitely like beginner level, even very experienced rosarians love them. That's the beautiful thing about these varieties is that very experienced rosarians love them, but they're also good for people who maybe just want to plant them and do some basic care. If you're in dry 9A, 9B,
grow anything.
you can pretty much have any rose that you want. You have more of an option of, especially if you want to grow very low maintenance wise, right? If you want to not worry too much about pruning, I would tell you that the majority of the roses that we offer would do well for you in a dry 9.
In California, she can grow anything she wants. If you're coastal California, like I am, like within 10 miles of the Pacific, you just need to watch out for powdery mildew and rust in the spring because we get that marine layer that just comes in, as you all know, because I complain about it every year. It comes in and it just sits here March, April, May into June. So you do have to like spray for powdery mildew and rust. You got to look out for those too. But 99% of like most modern roses that we're offering are bred for disease resistance, and they'll do really well in California, even coastal California. So you're lucky. You can grow anything you want. Californians, roses, I feel like roses are just meant to be in California. Like we just have it so easy here.
Yeah, they're so much bigger and
brighter. Connecticut. They're like, are you sure you want to move to Connecticut? The roses are not that nice there compared to California. And I'm like, well, it's okay.
It's going to be you're going to be using our filtering features on our website to make sure. Right. But that's another great feature on our website too, is you can put in your region and your zone. And if you love a certain color, like we've built it in a way that you can filter right down to exactly what you're looking for. So.
Another question that I've seen come up a few times, and I've been replying on my phone to some of you, is about combining shipping. So you've asked, you're telling us that you're placing more than one order, which we love you for, and we appreciate. We know that you do that. And if customer service can combine your orders into like one box or multiple boxes from different orders, and just in full transparency, we have done that in the past. We did that last year. We did that years before. But the problem with that is that if you do it for one person, you have to do it for everyone. And a very large amount of our customer base has many, many orders. But also it's a fulfillment recipe for disaster. If anything is not perfectly moved and merged, roses go missing from orders. They don't get packed. Like the cleanest way to fulfill your orders is to fill it by the original order. Once you start combining orders and combining shipping, it just can get really messy. And we want to have so much so, we have a new bare root grower that has amazing quality for you. And we're going to talk about that a little bit more after this today, what we have coming for you. But we want also for fulfillment to be really successful this year for us. And keeping all of your orders separate and fulfilling by order is necessary. So it's not to have to make you pay more for shipping. It's literally just so that we don't have a fulfillment nightmare. And I don't know if Heidi has anything to add to that, but we just want your fulfillment to be perfect as it can be. And there's a lot of moving parts with fulfilling live product, perishable product. It's a lot of work and it's a lot of like timeliness. So we want to make sure it goes well.
Yeah, for sure. And KB would ask waiting for the last drop of bare root. So the interesting thing about the bare root season though, is we did put the majority of it in there and there's stuff that's already selling out. Some of the things that we're going to be doing drops on in the next, sorry, my dog, this is my dog, Lizzie. See, she's coming to say hello. Some of the bare roots that we still haven't dropped are super limited, low quantity items. They're really different. Or they might be restocks of current ones. So I would recommend that you try and fill a box now. If you can get to 6, that's great. And some of the stuff will be restocked. So we'll be done dropping bare root roses in by the end of the year. but we have other fun, different things coming as well. So I would encourage you, like this 1999 today, like this ends. So I would tell you probably 85% of the bare root rose varieties that we're offering are already live. So it's not a whole lot more that need to be dropped into the store. So I would encourage you to get what you can now.
A
Love the
couple
dog.
people are asking about Frances Mayon.
I know everyone.
I said that last night, remember? In our text, I was like, they're going to ask about Frances.
Yeah, we have Frances Mayon bare root, but it's not part of this deal. As you can imagine, Frances Mayon is a budded 2-year rose, so they're more expensive, and so it wasn't part of this kind of like great deal that we got. It's in such a high demand that it doesn't need a sale from our grower, so they don't have any extra of Frances Mayon, and that's where it really comes down to. But we do have it still on our holiday special. So like right now, let me see if we have any of the 1.5 grades. We have just 44 left of a 1.5 grade budded 2-year bush. They're $29, but if you do that 6 mix and match, you'll get an extra 15% off on that. So you can get Frances Mayon for,
I think it's like 24 or something like that.
yeah,
right?
it's like $24 in some sense. And that's a 2-year budded plant. So they're still at a really great price. So Frances Mayon's definitely on there. It's just not part of the $19.99 deal.
And you remember when we were at our growers field last month, we did a video on Frances. Do you remember, girls, like how massive those plants were? Be prepared. The Frances roses were very, very impressive this year.
They're definitely worth the extra $5 over the other. I mean, they're a year older and they are enormous as a budded rose. So this is the lowest Frances Mayon will go. So there's only 44 left of the 1.5 grade, and of the grade ones, I think we have more of that one. Do you guys have any questions about grading? I'm just curious, maybe we should go. I did like a whole live on grading, but we have really great pictures on our website too, showing the different grading. So
Stephanie says, speaking of that, what's the number 1 graded? How old are they compared to 1.5?
yeah, so number 1 and number 1.5 is the difference between how many minimum size canes there are. So a grade 1 means that it has at least 3 canes that are the width of a Sharpie. A grade 1.5 means it has at least 2 canes that are the width of a Sharpie. So just keep that in mind. That's the primary difference. It's not age. They're both the same age. It's just that every plant is a little different. And the way that they like to sell and grade them is by how many big canes they have. Doesn't mean there won't be other little canes everywhere too, but at a minimum, that's what the grades mean. So a grade 1.5 still will produce flowers for you. It'll still be really beautiful for you. We just get them a little cheaper from our grower, so we offer that discount to you. Some other growers don't sell by grade. We do, because we feel it's like we want to make sure we're communicating what you're getting and how big that's going to be. And the difference between an own root grading and a budded grading is very different too. So these 2-year budded Frances Mayon is a perfect example, right? It's still, the grading system still the same. It has to have a minimum of 3 of the width of a Sharpie, but a lot of times the width of those are like the width of like a dry erase marker. It's like if we're keeping in the same kind of marker pencil analysis, because they're older, but they're still just a grade 1. There's no such thing as, there's nothing bigger than a grade 1 to describe how much bigger it is. So that's what the grading means. So 1.5, sometimes you'll be a little bit smaller root mass and just a little bit fewer canes than a grade 1, but it will still produce flowers and it'll still be a wonderful, healthy shrub for you. So it just won't have as many basal breaks, which means it might have a little bit less flowers in the first year than a grade 1, is really what that comes down to. So,
Dreamweaver, do we have that this year?
Good question.
It was a big hit for the estate roses. We sold through
Yeah.
very quickly. Big, big hit.
We don't have that bare root. We don't. No.
Maybe we will be able to get it next year again for estate. We'll put that on our list. See what we can do.
Yeah, let me see. Let me look to see how much Dreamweaver we have. Oh wow, yeah, you guys sold us out of the potted.
Mm-hmm.
That was fast. Yeah, we'll look into it, see if we can get some more for you. So
Lisa asked this the other day, and I forgot to tell you. She wanted to know which Rugosa that we just loaded has the reddest hips. I think she's going to use them for a project.
oh, good question. Ooh, I think I need to look that up. I'm not sure which one would be the most red of all of those Rugosa roses. So give me a little bit of time and do some research, and I'll get back to you. It's so funny you asked this, because it's one of my, like, in my mind, in the back of my mind, it's one of the things I want to write a book on or like do a chart on, because nobody has really ever documented hips very well by variety. Like, it's really hard to find that information except really general, unless you're just observing for it. So I'm not 100% sure. Let me get back to you on that and I'll let you know. It's a great question.
Ashley wants to know how many exclusives will we be launching, and KB wants to know if those exclusives are going to be launching in December. She asks about timing on the exclusives.
Okay. So it's looking like right after Christmas is when we're going to start launching them. So our plan is to launch, we still have to name them. So we're very close to getting our license signed. Every week is a little bit closer, and of our exclusive roses. So at this point, it's looking like right after Christmas. So we also will have a naming committee where we'll allow our conservators to help us name a couple of varieties of our roses that we're going to do. So we've got a lot of incredible exclusives coming. Oh my goodness. I know you're all eagerly awaiting them, but it's important that we get all the documentation done before we show pictures or offer them for sale. So it'll be a fun after Christmas surprise for all of you. So
Yeah.
the naming process, we'll set that up as soon as we have that license in hand. So that'll be before Christmas. So probably within the next few weeks, we'll set up a committee meeting and have you guys submit some names for us.
Just to go over how to get to the sale, you just go to our homepage. There's a big red image of roses. And then just click on the button there, the Black Friday. And at the very top of that Black Friday page is where these as low as $19.99 bare roots are. And then as you scroll down the page, there's the other offers, like the 40% off estates, the big sale on all of our bare roots with the additional 15%. I think they're about what, 30% off, Heidi?
Yeah, it depends upon the variety, but yeah, somewhere between 25 to 30 off of the regular list price, and then the extra 15.
Yeah, those are there. And then the bouquet subscription for gifting, my book is 25% off, signed copies, and then also the O'Hara bundle that's 50% off. So everything is located, all the sales are located on that one page that you access right from the homepage. So you can either click on Black Friday in the navigation menu at the top, it's the very top one, or the button on the homepage, and it'll take you to where all of these offers are. And if you have any trouble, I will say this, I did notice somebody was having trouble. She said that in her cart, she had estate roses and bare roots, and her estate roses price adjusted, but her bare roots didn't. Just check out so you don't lose the plants, and then email customer service and they will give you a price adjustment. Like if there's some kind of glitch and you're not seeing your discount, but the 15% discount, if you have 6 of those, if you have 6 bare roots, it should be automatic. It is automatic. And it does.
Yeah, and the 6 plus extra 15% off is just bare root roses. Does not include potted. If you want your discount on the potted, you have to use that coupon estate sale. So make sure to type in estate sale. That gives you your 40% off potted. The bare root sale is everything's automated. There's no coupon code needed. It's just has to be 6 or more. to get the 15% off. And for any of you members that might be trying to, pick out your free bare roots, because a big part of membership is you get free bare roots of your choice. In order for that 15% discount to work, it works on 6 paid varieties, right? So like if you're looking for that 15%, plus you want to get your free ones, there has to be 6 paid in the cart. So that like if you're a gardener and you get 1 free bare root rose, you only have to buy 1 to get 1 for free. But if you want 15% off, you had to buy 6 and then you get the 7th for free. But you only have to buy 1 to get that 1 for free. Does that make sense? Like the minimum for your free rose just requires 1 purchase. If you want the Black Friday sale where you're getting this extra 15% off, you do have to actually purchase 6 in the cart. So like the 0 priced out roses don't go towards the 6 to get the extra 15% off. And there's FAQs if you want to review that more in detail. If you go to the bottom of the Black Friday holiday page and also at the bottom of the bare root page, there's really detailed questions regarding that. And we can always reach out to customer service. They can help you too. So yeah, the 15% off counts for any grade. It can be mix and match, but the $19.99 is only on some of the grade 1.5. Stephanie. So
yeah, it'll be any bare roots you have. Just as long as you have 6 or more, you'll get an extra 15% off, right, Heidi?
Yes. Yep. Exactly. You'll get an extra 15% off any of the bare root product, any bush or tree. If you buy 6 or more, you can mix and match them. So the $19.99 bare root roses are just that small selection of the grade 1.5s that we kind of walked through, that we talked about. And we have a very specific collection that if you click on the Black Friday bare root collection, that will narrow that window down. So you'll know like all the 1.5s are the ones that changed to $19.99. And it's the very first product listing on the variant too.
Anna, how long will the O'Hara bundle run? It's going to run through December 1st, but you'll notice on our date picker, you can pick a date that's further out. If you need them for like a few weeks later or a month later, you can do that. We encourage people like to try to get the roses when they're on sale delivered. But if you have a party or you have an engagement or something you need them for, you can schedule them out. So there's a date picker for that. I think that's all of them that I'm seeing.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah. Oh, I did want to mention, so at the $19.99 price, you still also get our 1-year like full guarantee. So sometimes you can find some half grade roses or lower like 2 grade or whatever roses like cheap online, but they don't have any warranty. You will get our full warranty with these, just like you would with a potted rose or a number 1 grade. You still get the complete warranty, and the warranty starts from when you get the rose in your possession. So just because you buy it now, you're not going to receive the rose until February or March or whatever it is, depending on where you live. Your guarantee will start when you receive that rose for 365 days. So you'll have a full year to get that rose growing and happy, and they will be. These are all like very tried and true varieties that we're offering. So we feel really confident in giving you that warranty. So they're tested everywhere. Thousands of people grow these roses. So yeah. Oh, Janny, we saw that you got a subscription. We saw that you got a subscription the other day. We saw that. So thank you. We did notice. We always notice. We look at who subscribes and all those things, especially Ryan. Ryan's really good at that. He always pays attention. So have you guys talked about the Japanese roses yet? No. Heidi, do you want to give a quick overview of when they're coming? And
I went out in the field and looked at them a few weeks ago, check up on them. They're not, we're going to be offering, we have kind of a surprise on the Japanese. Maybe we'll give you just a little sneak peek into that surprise we're going to share with you in the spring, but we're going to be offering these in larger sizes. I looked them in the field. They look incredible. We're going to have them as a larger size container, and we have more varieties than we initially told you. So we have a huge selection of Japanese roses coming exclusive, the Princess and Wabara, that we'll be launching. It'll be spring. It'll be when I kind of give them the thumbs up that they're ready to ship and ready to go. We think that's going to be no later than middle to end of May, possibly much earlier. So these types of roses grow a little differently than others. And so I don't want to promise anything too soon, but we'll definitely, we're going to have so much fun showing you all of these incredible. I have to tell you, if you don't have a Miyabi and a Miyabi Brown and a Princess Kishi, those are the 3 winners. They are incredible roses, especially Miyabi. Everybody needs a Miyabi in their yard. We have had people coming after us trying to get licenses to propagate them and come after them because they are incredible. So I can't wait to show you all of them while they're in production. I have pictures from the field production I could always share with you, but those 3 are my top 3 favorite of the Japanese so far. So
and
you definitely need all those.
That's a lot coming from Heidi, because Heidi is she is a traditionalist when it comes to roses. Like she's kind of been a little skeptical about these florist roses and what's Gracie doing with these florist roses and these Japanese roses, I get it. Right. And so Heidi is she's a purist when it comes to roses. Like she knows what grows well, and she wants everyone to be really successful with roses, because if you're not successful, we're not successful. Right.
Yeah.
There's no point to any of it if we're not all successful. So for Heidi to walk the field where the roses are actually being grown and say, oh, this is a winner, we're going all the way with this rose, Gracie, we're taking this rose all the way. I was like, okay, Heidi must really love Miyabi because she's very, very straight and arrow with her roses. She knows what a rose is, horticulturally speaking.
Horticulturally speaking, that's right. I tell Gracie no a lot. So sadly, Gracie's like, oh, Heidi's saying no again. But I'm like, we got to be picky. We got to be picky. There's millions of beautiful roses and seedlings. You can't have any roses that are or oh, that's beautiful. I'm telling you, Miyabi Brown and Princess Kishi, they're good. So we'll have those for you next year, and I can't wait to show you more.
And this one again, in case those of you that missed it early on, we'll have Holly's Hope. Very limited. Don't get too excited. Don't have thousands yet, but we'll have Holly's Hope for you. And this is all Holly's Hope. So yeah. I'm very excited about having Holly's Hope. As I know, everybody's been asking about that rose, and I'm like, I don't know when. Don't quote me on it. So yeah. But Miyabi, we will continue to grow Miyabi for you. And obviously there are other roses that Wabara is breeding that have Miyabi seed or pollen. And so one is Issei, and they have others as well. And we're going to be importing those into the United States and getting them into quarantine. And Heidi's going to be watching them like a hawk to pick out the best ones. So I'm really hopeful that Wabara, because Miyabi is such a winner, it's a winner for Joey at Alexander Farms too. It's an incredible greenhouse rose. And so, and it's an incredible outdoor rose, which is crazy, that does both so well. So I'm hoping that Wabara is taking those genetics from Miyabi Brown, and creating some more roses for us. We can have a whole family of Miyabi roses, because that would be the dream. Right?
Yeah. We have some Princess Midori coming too, which we've got some pretty cool things happening. So I know we keep saying that, but things take a while in roses, and we don't want to sell them too early. Oh yeah, look, there you go. Look at that. There's Miyabi.
Yeah, it's all Miyabi in here. And look at the variation in color. Isn't she gorgeous?
I love this.
Oh, these are Miyabi Brown. This is Miyabi Cha right here. So these two are Miyabi Cha. And this, and that's Miyabi Cha. So it's more taupey. And then Miyabi is a little bit more, that's Miyabi Cha as well. More cafe colored. So I mean, could she be any prettier? No. And the crazy part about this rose is that she looks really identical. Like Joey's farm professionally grows these. I mean, they're like the best garden rose grower in the world. Hands down, you can't argue it. Nobody can argue it. They're the best garden rose grower in the world. And if you plant this outdoors, your plant essentially produces the exact same flowers. Like very few roses do that. Like that professional growers will have the same result as a home gardener. So this is one of them. So we're going to take this rose all the way.
Yeah,
all
it
the
was
way.
super impressive. Just nonstop blooms and just the performance in even really difficult
And
circumstances.
just this, Heidi, look at, I mean, just look.
I know.
Like
It's
the
incredible.
and the beautiful reverse. I mean, this rose
Reverse.
has reverse, it has ombre, it has a button nose, it has incredible vase life. The only thing Miyabi does not have is
Fragrance.
fragrance. That's it. But they can't have it all sometimes, right? Like sometimes they can't have it all, but this rose has everything other than fragrance. So that's okay. Just put in some Romantica ball gown in the same vase or some Francis Mayond, and then you have fragrance. That's what I say.
You have fragrance. Exactly. Yeah, you guys are gonna love Miyabi if you don't have one. So we have several coming, and we'll have them available next spring. We just don't want to sell them too early. I just want to make sure they're looking good and healthy and ready to go for you guys. So
Yeah.
I
The bush is
say,
very compact. Miyabi's a compact rose. I'd say max 3.5 feet-ish, Heidi.
yeah, yep. I would say that's another beautiful thing about it is its form is beautiful in the garden. So
Nice and compact and very dense. You don't see through the plant. It's got nice density, which we love. Will Issei be coming? Oh, sorry, Heidi. Go ahead.
Oh yeah, I was just sorry. I'm looking on my phone. I'm trying to answer questions people are asking. So yeah, Issei is coming. So we'll have Issei in the spring as well. So.
Yeah. Pinku, yes. Pinku is the spray rose that has the little pink balls. Like Midori has the green. So we have Pinku and Midori coming as well for you. And those are some of Heidi's favorites. I
love weird stuff.
You're so unique. You're so unique. And Joey, like, it's his farm that brought those to market. He adores those as well. Those are some of his favorites. So
when I first started at Grace Rose Farm, Gracie sent me like an enormous amount of cut roses. It was so funny. My husband was like, "What is all this?" My table was stocked full of my favorite thing was Midori and Pinku. I was like, I couldn't stop taking pictures of them. I'm like, look at this one. And Dave's just like rolling his eyes, like, really? Is it really that cool? I'm like, it's cool. Very different. So yes, I'm excited about our Japanese collection for spring. So
yeah. Well, if that's everything, we could stay and talk to you all day, but everybody has Thanksgiving to go. I'm going to start doing some cooking today. I don't know, like,
me too.
I don't know what I can pre-cook. I know my mother-in-law is pre-cooking some things, but I'm going to like go and print out my recipes and do all the things and see what I need to do. So, yeah.
I'm going to make this cranberry chutney that I always make every year. It's like my favorite homemade. It's like raw cranberries, oranges, apples, and you mix them all up in a blender. And you put orange juice, and then you just sprinkle it with like strawberry jello and mix it together. And then you let it sit overnight. And it's just, it's sweet and tart, and it's so refreshing. So anyway, that's my favorite like Thanksgiving side dish.
So fun. I love that. Yeah, well, we're going to go. Oh, last thing is my Christmas tree is up. I'm still doing my ribbons. It's very on brand because, I'm always on brand, girls. On Friday, I know a lot of you are probably putting your Christmas trees up like the day after Thanksgiving or the weekend after. So I'm going to post like a little Thanksgiving post, and I want everyone to share their Christmas trees, and we can have a little like voting, and I have a little prize for a winner for their Christmas tree. So if you want to share your Christmas tree, we have a little prize for you to put on your Christmas tree that we'll send one person. So we'll have a little Christmas tree engagement thing this weekend.
Fun. And I will post the recipe in there.
Please do. Cool. Absolutely. All right. Thank you, everyone. And let us know if you need any help. And again, last thing is, if for some reason your computer or your phone is not checking out with the discount, like if it could be your cash, it could be a whole bunch of little things, but the discounts do work. Just check out so you make sure you get those roses because they will sell through. And then customer service will give you a price adjustment. We always do that. We're happy to do that. So just email customer service and say your discount didn't go through, and Oriana or Crystal, they will get you your price adjustment this weekend. Could be today, could be sometime over the holiday weekend. So yeah, we're happy to do that. All right. Thank you, everyone.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Bye.
See ya.
Bye.